Hey guys, Mixed Media Girl here. So today I am doing a fun and easy dirty resin pour on a tumbler, and this is a 2-for-1 project with a tumbler and tray. For this project, I'm using Mixed Media Girl Artist Resin. It's mixed equal parts A and B. I like to start off with part B in my cup first because it is the thinner of the two liquids, and then I add part A. You want to stir for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now, if you're pouring in a mold, like I will be later, I recommend preheating your resin in front of a space heater or in a warm water bath. And that's if it's at all cold, I mean below 75 degrees or so, and you're pouring it into a mold, preheat it. If you're just sealing a painting with it or doing a resin piece, like a resin painting, you don't need to preheat it. Now I'm mixing up my colors. I typically do a lot of cool colors, but for this one I decided to go a little more warm. So I will be using white, gold, and pink essentially. These are polycolor mica powders. I started off with the white metallic, then I added gold metallic, and this one is actually chameleon. The chameleon is it's an interesting color. It's chameleon, it's kind of color changing. So it's sort of pink, it's sort of gold, sort of copper, sort of brown, sort of green. It's very interesting. And you want to add no more than about 1/10 of your colorant in ratio to your resin. It's not super hard and fast rule. Don't worry about it too much. Just add a little bit and then add more as needed. Now in the white, I also added some of the Alumilite white dye because I wanted the white to be opaque. For this technique, since we're doing it as a dirty pour, you don't want to have only transparent colors or they will all just kind of blend together. Now lastly, I wanted to use some glitter. Why not? So I use this kind of hot pink glitter. So my setup is just a cup turner with the tumbler on it. This is a wine tumbler, 12 ounces. It is pre-primed. So before the video, lightly sanded it, cleaned it, and then sprayed it with a paint and primer in one, and it's a matte white. I've got a tray silicone mold underneath the tumbler so that this can be a 2-for-1 project, and how much resin used for the projects depends on how much resin that silicone mold holds. This one holds like a little bit over 10 ounces, but you don't necessarily have to fill it up all at once. I like to do it in 2 layers, so I'm not putting quite that much in here. And I'm layering my colors in here very slowly to hopefully not blend them very much as we go. And now we're ready. Turn on your cup turner and go ahead and just start pouring. Pour very slowly. As it rotates, you will definitely see the spots that you miss, and you don't want to pour too quickly and run out of resin before you've gotten your cup covered. You can also start off with a base coat on your cup of any particular color or even clear resin. In this case, I just went right in there with my dirty cup. So I'm pouring very slowly. Make sure you get your bottom. When you get up to the top of the cup, you need to pour extra, extra slow. You don't want to be pouring over the top of the cup and get the resin inside or on your foam piece. If you do, however, it is not an issue. It's actually super, super easy to clean it off. Any resin on the inside of the cup, you can just take a razor and it will just pop right off. It's not difficult at all. Once I had the cup covered, I wanted to go back in with some individual colors to have those stand out just a little bit more. I did do this right away, but if you want to wait about 30 to 40 minutes for your resin to start to cure a little bit, you can get some very well-defined stripes. I did want it to continue to blend in. I just wanted it to stand out a little bit more than the initial pour. So I did this with the gold, the chameleon, and then with the pink glitter as well. And I put any additional colors left into the corner of my tray mold. And when I did this, I knew that wasn't really going to be as blended as the rest, but I thought that would look actually pretty darn cool. So once you're done with your design, take a torch or a heat gun, get rid of the air bubbles. Don't overdo it though, or we'll get really, really blended and you'll kind of lose your design. Let it spin for a little bit until it's done dripping, then move it off to the side and finish your tray. Now you can put something hard underneath this to tilt, but I like to tilt it like this. Gives me a little more control. And then I remove the air bubbles with 91% isopropyl alcohol instead of a torch, because a torch will ruin your mold. And then you're going to go ahead and just stick the handles right in there. The handles I use are metal drawer pulls that I get from Amazon. I let that cure. I put a clear coat over both of these, and here is the finished projects. Sorry about the lighting on this one. I love it though. I love the sparkle. I love it's kind of just wacky. I love that corner, like right here, that has just the white and the glitter. I personally think it is beautiful. You can, of course, use any colors that you want. So I hope you guys like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.